Morning all, early start, first leg of the trip, actually not the first leg was a cab at 5:45 this morning. We're at Manchester Airport waiting for our flight to Orlando, so very much looking forward to this trip. I shall see you on the plane and then see you on the other side.
Please hold on to the handrail. The shuttle is approaching the main terminal building. When the shuttle stops, please exit.
Hello everyone, welcome to Florida. We made it, long flight, long day, but great night. We're in Universal tonight. So with Niall and his shorts, more of that later. I've got the lovely John with me too. So yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. There's the little Universal sign spinning round now. Super stuff everyone. See you in a bit. Morning all. Well, today's the day. It's the big one. We're here in Florida. What a trip it's been. What an absolute trip it's been. Indebted to Mike Laurel and Niall for looking after me so well over the last couple of days. You can see just before we get into the main show, I'll show you some of the highlights from the couple of days that have been before the show itself has started. It's the Florida Canary Fanciers show today. Absolute honour to judge it. John Bannon and I are judging some of the type. I seem to be judging a large majority of them, so hopefully I'll get all of those okay and keep everybody happy. It's December, it's the beginning of December, and when I tell you I was swimming in an outside pool yesterday, you get an idea of just how beautiful the weather here is in Florida. But credit to the fanciers, they have finished the birds off nicely. Had a little look in the show hall last night as the birds were being checked in and staged. The show hall itself is incredible. Lighting is something else, more of that later on. Look, you know what to do everyone. As I say, coming up now we'll have a little look at the journey so far. But you know what to do. Grab yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy the show. Look, John got the memo. Check shirt. Good man. We're in the company of this little Irish legend. That's really unfair, isn't it? But look at him. He's making me feel tall. Mr. Bannon, lovely to meet you.
Hang yourself,
Good to see you. John's over here doing the Irish. Fancy, of which there are a fair few for you to judge.
Yes.
And then John's going to give me a hand judging everything else. He doesn't know that yet, but
he's going to have to do it.
Otherwise, I'm going to be stood here for most of the day. But we are in Florida. We've had a great couple of days, haven't we, mate? It's been
enjoyable.
Been very, very enjoyable. So we'll get some of John judging. He doesn't know this yet, but we'll get some of John judging as well as we go throughout the show.
Thanks,
but it is. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. We'll get your best side, mate. The back of your head.
Yeah.
Well, listen, enjoy it, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Here's a chap here with the face for radio. No, I am only joking. It's the lovely Sandy. Now we've seen Sandy on various different Zoom rooms, haven't we, mate?
Yeah.
And you're looking after me today, apparently.
Yeah, I'm taking care of you.
Okay, that's good. That means Sandy, who is athletic, is going to do all of the running round while I basically stand on this very nice padded mat.
I'm gonna be slapping him.
Yeah. I don't like the sound of that. Well, listen, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
And
for
it's
being here.
nice to meet you in the flesh. Nice to meet you in the flesh. Cheers, Sandy. I've gone from one extreme to another. We had Little John, and now we've got Big Mike. Mike's making me feel slightly small at the moment. Yeah, that's better.
I won't be able to stand back up.
No, you won't. It's thank you for everything, Mike, for the invitation, for giving me the honour to come over here to Florida. This is incredible as a judging setup. When I tell you, everyone, that I've got a padded floor here. I've got a padded floor because it's a wooden floor just to keep my little legs. And then above me, I've got Mike's done a whole kind of pyrotechnics thing. So no one can complain of the lighting in here, can they, Mike? You've got daylight, is it daylight LED? Look at that. Look at it, it's bouncing off my head. It's literally, I've dazzled the entire people stood behind me, not through my check shirt, but the fact that they, I haven't powdered my head.
I'm boarding them together, and in this bit, you're never going to win. So you try and do as much as you can with everybody you're still going to do. People start off like, man, great job, but
yeah,
that happens.
Well, I'm sticking with great job, Mike. To be honest, I'm sticking with.
I'm waiting for the but.
No. There is no but. There is no but. I'm looking forward to it. As I say, this here is incredible. Nice height of the bench, and the lighting is incredible. And I think, shows in the UK could learn an awful lot from how you staged this.
We have learned with the lighting, LED.
That's it.
Very much.
Here we've got some of the dream team behind the show. We've got Ruth Ann, we've got Laurel, we've got Mike, and unfortunately I didn't catch this young lady's name, but they all worked studiously across the show to give us a great day. Never mind that. Never mind. I'll take it in the post-edit. We'll be absolutely fine.
So you can fill in the gaps?
Yeah, don't worry. Look, I mean, you've seen me on the Canary Room. I don't look anything like this in real life. Look, we're joined with an absolute sweetheart. So this is Laurel, who has literally looked after us beyond anything. Like, I was met at the airport by Laurel, who had a big sign with Canary on it, and God love you. Everyone was coming up to you, weren't they, saying, have you lost your canary?
Yeah, they were, and I wish you were wearing this.
Yeah, well,
because I would have known what to look for.
I saved this for the main event. Yeah, I travelled without a check shirt, if you can believe that, ladies and gentlemen. But Laurel is president here.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Sure
that
am.
is correct.
Yeah.
And does an incredible amount. And I know often, I think what you see in shows is, you see all the glamorous, you see the birds, you see the staging, and you don't often see the hard work that goes on behind it. And this lady has, not only has she been instrumental in staging the show, but has been a pretty much personal chauffeur as well, haven't you?
Yep, I have. And I know, listen to my GPS tells me, go here, go there, and
the
kill you.
Yeah, the GPS has been a little bit, the GPS has been, let's call it temperamental. We'll call it temperamental.
Yeah, temperamental.
But no, it has been. And on arrival, and this is, it's a great honour for me to be here, but on arrival, God bless them, Laurel had produced this fantastic sort of welcome pack for me, which I will capture, and within there is a journal, and it's a journal I will cherish for time in memoriam, because it's been made by your fair hand. And as I was looking at it, I thought, that's really lovely. And then I saw the little Canary Room little bit in it as well, which actually I was a bit.
Look, it's wonderful to have you here.
Oh, bless you.
I've been so excited to get you here.
So that's very kind. Yeah, very kind. Well, listen, we're going to have a great day. And then tonight we'll have a few beers.
We sure will.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Angel. I've found this gentleman. This is Benny Martinez, everybody. Vice President of
South Florida Bird Breeders Association.
South Florida Bird Breeders Association. And an absolute real gent. Benny's been up and down the lines there for about the last 2 hours, haven't you?
Yeah, getting ready.
Yeah, getting all the stuff ready for me, which is brilliant. And what birds are you... you have to forgive my ignorance, Benny, because I think we met for the first time last night. Yes. So what's your breed of birds?
Well, I breed actually about 7 different types. Norwich, Gloucesters, Pies, Borders, crested.
It sounds a bit like the Canary Room, Benny.
Yeah.
I've met the American equivalent of the Canary Room here, except he's much better looking than me. But he has a menagerie of birds, it sounds like, as well. Well, listen, thanks for everything today. It's lovely to meet you.
Same here.
Really nice to meet you. Thanks,
Glad to
Benny.
be working with you.
Look forward to it. Cheers, mate. I had it's safe to say, a little bit of an issue with the audio. So at this point, I'm about to judge the fifes, and I've got all of the winners up on stage. So I didn't judge to colour, so I've got all of the winners there. There's 30-odd class winners, and you can see me now just trimming the birds down in terms of numbers. You know, a good standard of fifes, and I think that's the important thing to say. When you go to different countries, you know, you often see different examples of fifes. I was pleased to see a number of, you know, what I would describe as sort of UK standard exhibits over at the Florida show. So that was great. I got my numbers down. I got sort of 4 or 5 on the bench quite quickly. And then what I did, and I will do this quite often, and I explained it to the individuals watching the show. One of the things I did was there'd been a second variegated bird. It got a variegated feather in its wings, so it was a variegated. And I pulled that bird back. And that actually got second best fife in the end. And I think, you know, that's important. I explained it on the day. I explained it, you know, if you're judging the 7th best birds in the show, then a bird that's come second in its class can still be the second best bird in show. And I think it's important as a judge that you recognise that rather than just selecting from the class winners themselves. So that's what I did with the fifes. Jason took best fife. Niall, 3rd best fife on the day, and for Niall, it was a great overall show. This is a part of the show. This is especially for my very good friend Donald Skinner Reid. Look what there is, Donald. You can imagine my delight. Actually, they are things of sort of relative beauty. I then had the pleasure of judging a number of different type varieties. You can see me here judging the Scots Fancy. I was, you know, I mean, indebted really. The Canary Room's been a fantastic thing for me. I've got to visit lots of leading fanciers across the globe, and obviously I've got the opportunity to go to Florida because of the show, and that was great. And with the Scots Fancy, minded, you know, in my mind, I've been in the room of Donald Skinner Reid, who has some of the best Scots Fancy, I would say, anywhere. And I was minded at sort of what Donald looks for and how Donald worked the birds. I didn't quite get my thumbs going as Donald does, but you can see me moving the bird here to try and get it to show and hold that half crescent position as it hits the perch. So delighted to judge the Scots Fancy. Real honour for me. The Norwich, of course, you can see me working through some of the Norwich. That was a real honour. I really, really enjoyed judging the Norwich. In fact, I enjoyed judging everything. And a huge, huge well done to everyone behind the show. And, of course, all of the exhibitors on the day. Gloucesters, I've kept Gloucesters, I've bred Gloucesters in my time, and it was a really enjoyable, very tense experience, actually. I've got some really big Gloucester breeders, a large number of Gloucesters there. As I'm judging them, I've got people sitting behind me, and you want to make sure that the best birds that you put up are, as close to the standard as possible. And then the Staffords. So the Staffords, really interesting to judge Staffords. You're looking at various different things. You're looking at frosting on them. You're looking at depth of colour on them. You're looking at sort of the crest and the crest shape on the crested varieties. So lots of different things to look for the Staffords. Don't see many of them on the show bench in the UK, but there were plenty here. Here's your man working his magic, the one and only John Barron, and not as I'd rechristened him earlier on in the show, working his magic with the Irish Fancy. And I know that the fanciers over in the US were absolutely delighted to have John. And why not? A world champion and an absolutely thoroughly decent chap. So we've got the Roll of Honour now. Congratulations to all the winners. It was lovely to meet so many new people I've conversed with on Facebook, people I felt I already knew, and that was lovely. It was lovely to see so many faces. Massive congratulations again to Jason on his best and second best in show, and to Niall on third best in show and best Irish Fancy, and of course to Mike and Laurel who dominated the rest of the Irish Fancy classes. They had best Norwich as well. They had best frills, so they had a really, really good show. And of course a big shout out to Susan, who made a very, very long trip, and her daughter fetched her all the way for, I think it was 22 miles they'd driven, or 22 hours rather they'd driven. And a huge congratulations to all of the winners. In Florida, it was a blast, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Look who I've got with me. This chap here, Jason Gutierrez. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's what pronunciation that is. Has had an incredibly good show. You've won best and second best in show.
Correct.
Best with a Fife.
And second with the Raza.
And second with a Raza. So you must be delighted, Jason.
I'm super excited. It was worth the drive.
Good. And how far have you come?
From New Jersey.
Okay, so for people who have absolutely no idea of American...
From the northern eastern seaboard all the way down.
All right, so how long's that taken?
18 hours? It took us 18 hours or so.
18 hours to get to a show, and we have the audacity in the UK to complain when we drive more than 100 miles.
Oh, so, we drove 1,100.
1,100 kilometres or miles?
Miles.
1,100 miles to get here. There's a song about that, isn't there? No, that was 500 miles.
Oh.
He's done really well. You've had a great show, and credit to you on the Fife and on the Raza. Really, really nice birds. So well done, and it's great to meet you, Jason.
Nice meeting you, and great job judging. Thank you.
Bless you. Cheers. And a massive congratulations to this man who isn't shy, but was camera shy on the day. It is, of course, Niall. Niall took best Irish. He took best Border. He took best Yorkshire. He took third best in show overall. He had third best Fife as well. So a really good day, but what an absolute diamond of a bloke this chap is. Absolute diamond. Made my trip. I've got Dino with me. Dino, a beautiful Japanese hoso. You must be thrilled with it.
Oh yeah. This is my first baby of my also last year, so yeah, very proud.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Well, you should be. You absolutely should be. I've given it a special award.
Thank you.
Because I think it was an outstanding example of the bird. And as I said to you, the guys before, on another day, you know, the order would have been very good.
Your good words is worth more than the first day.
Oh, bless you. Well, listen, congratulations,
Thank you.
Dino. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Three judges.
We've got the three most popular men together in this room.
Unpopular.
I think it's always one of those things, isn't it? When you Mike's behind the camera trying to turn it off. But the three judges, John, Daniel, and me. And chaps, I think I can't speak for yourself. My feet are killing me.
You're on the goal.
It's been a good day. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day.
Good representation of some of the breeds, good birds. We had a difficult job at the end, coming together and picking best of show, but I think we pretty much agreed and went with what we thought was the best. So I'm happy.
Good day. So I think what's required now is beer. So I will be found in the nearest hostelry with a pint in each hand. That's where you'll find me. Fabulous day. I think I will probably speak on behalf of the three of us where, you know, the organisation behind the day's been fantastic. I didn't sneak off at half-time at all.
A quick one.
It's just a malicious rumour. It's a bit noisy here. We're in Orlando Airport. The end of a long weekend. I've got people looking at me thinking, what's this crazy guy doing? I'll explain to them in a minute when I've stopped filming myself. It's been a fabulous weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the show. You know what to do if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until next time, take care.